Welcome back.
We are here and we are back. It's been a long time since we've uploaded a full video on YouTube. How long has it been? It's been 3 months since we've uploaded something.
Wow.
And it was given relationship advice. And I feel
I don't think we actually gave any advice.
Yeah. But
to be fair, we should redo that because I feel like we've bettered our relationship.
In 3 months, we've changed so much.
Literally so much.
We've had arguments, we've had discussions, we've had deep talks about certain things, and I feel like me and you have gotten closer.
Yeah,
right?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like now we're able to just actually just tell each other how we feel without there being like...
Yeah, that's one of the big problems where I feel it's either she would get defensive or I would get defensive, and it would be like this whole thing. But now it's just like, all right, let's have a conversation. I don't want to argue, but this is how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. And then we end up going from there.
Can you just act like you're not annoyed by what I'm about to say?
Yeah. So we just let it out on the table, but we start off the conversation with, look, let's conversate. This is how I've been feeling lately. And then sometimes she tells me things and I'll be like, what? Like, I didn't interpret it that way. I felt like this. And then she'll be like, oh, well.
I feel like, yeah, we're a lot better about being like, my point of view of the situation is this. What's your point of view?
Yeah. But anyways, we're not even talking about relationships today. What we're doing is we're going to do another Am I the Asshole Reddit stories because content, that's why. And we've been going live, but sometimes we've been struggling to come up with just stuff to talk about because I don't know.
Like we have like all of our conversations in the car now.
Yeah.
And then it's like, should we really repeat? How do we repeat everything we just said?
We have really good conversations off camera, and then when we're streaming, we can't talk about anything.
What the fuck do we talk about?
I'll be like, what do you think about this? And I'll be like, But this should get our content brain juices back running again. So another Am I the Asshole? We're going to give our input, and that's what's going to be the video. Mm-hmm. So before you do anything, like and subscribe. It's free. Share it with a friend and help us get to 1,000 subscribers.
You should do relationship ones.
Relationship?
Yeah, let's judge other people's relationships.
Okay, let's go ahead and switch. Boom. Technology, baby.
I'm glad you thought about that.
What?
I thought you had it in the background this whole time.
No.
I don't pay attention to that, but it just made me realize.
How would I type this in?
A-I-T relationships.
Okay.
2 years ago. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
We give our opinions on someone that's probably never gonna see our advice for them.
Let's do the past week.
Or opinions.
Okay, let's...
5 hours ago. Let's do it.
All right. Am I the asshole for leading guys into a relationship but never getting into one? Hi guys, I'm a 20-year-old female and I talk to guys I find interesting. It usually starts casual. We text, call, flirt a bit. After some time, they start liking me more seriously. The problem is I never take it further. Once things start getting serious, I lose interest or feel unsure. I do not promise a relationship, but I also do not clearly end things early. I keep talking because I enjoy the intention and the connection. This has happened more than once. A few guys have told me that I led them on and wasted their time. From my side, I never said we were dating. I thought I was just going with the flow. Now I'm starting to question myself. I do not want to hurt anyone, but I also do not feel ready to commit. Am I the asshole for continuing to talk and flirt with guys, even when I know I might not want a relationship with them?
Yes.
Yes. You are an asshole.
It's very obvious, easiest answer.
Miss former position. You are the asshole. You're almost like self-aware that you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because you enjoy the attention and connection. I'm pretty sure everyone's agreeing with us. You're the asshole. Yeah. You're clearly the asshole. There's nothing wrong with what
Yeah,
you're
like there's
doing, but
nothing
you
wrong
have
with
to make
being
it clear.
flirty. That's just being straight up at first.
Yeah. You have to caveat everything with like, hey, listen, I'm not looking for a relationship, but if you're down to hang out and whatever, then yeah, you've already made it clear you're not dating this person. So yes. Um, am I the asshole for ending my 5-year relationship after my fiance basically broke up with me at my cousin's funeral? Oh lordy Jesus. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
My cousin suddenly and unexpectedly passed away. I was devastated. He was like a brother to me. I am a 30-year-old female, had been with my fiance 31 for 5 years, and we were living about 8 hours away from my family. When I got the news about my cousin, I wanted to fly out immediately, but he made a stink about the money and taking the extra time off of work. Overwhelmed with grief, I agreed that we would drive out the week of his funeral. Knowing he struggles with social anxiety, I told him ahead of time that he did not need to come as there were over 300 people. What does RSVP mean?
Reserve or like let them know that you will come.
I understand a reserve, but I wonder what the VP stands for. Anyway, there were over 300 people reserved to attend my cousin's funeral. He reassured me that he wanted to be there to support me. We arrived at my parents' house the day before the funeral. I checked in with him again and he told me he could stay back if he needed to. He gave me the same answer that he would be fine and wanted to be there for me. The next day we got to the venue early to help set up and spend time with family. Not even 20 minutes after arriving, I realized my fiance was nowhere to be found. I eventually spotted him off in the corner on his phone. I asked if he was okay, and he coldly responded that he was fine. I told him that I really needed him next to me as things were about to start. He agreed and followed me. But when I went to sit down with his family, he disappeared again. When I went to sit down with my family, he disappeared again. After the service ended and people began to mingle, I went looking for him yet again, only to find him sitting outside, scrolling on his phone. I asked again if he was okay, and he said he was fine. But when I pressed him more, he said, if you don't understand, then you clearly don't care. Just go have fun with your family. I was shocked, confused, and hurt. I asked if someone had said something or if I had done something wrong. He told me not to worry about it and to just enjoy my time. I explained that this wasn't a fun family gathering and I needed his support. He wasn't budging, so eventually I left to go be with my family. The drive back to my parents' house was incredibly tense. He started unloading on me, saying things like, this made me realize you're not my person. I've wasted so much time on you and you've never prioritized me, even though I've given up everything for you. When I asked where this was coming from, he said I had abandoned him at the funeral to be with my family. He also claimed it brought up unresolved feelings about his grandmother passing at the beginning of the year. The entire 30-minute drive was filled with him calling me selfish and a terrible partner. I told him it wasn't fair to put all of that on me, especially that day. I was already grieving, it was too much to process. He ended it by saying, we just have to get through the rest of the weekend. When we get home, we'll figure out the next steps. Alright, she's already painting him out to be like a really nasty person.
If he said those things, then that's messed up.
If he said all these things, why are you questioning if you're the asshole? Like, all of that's pretty fucked up. I broke down to my parents and sister trying to make sense of everything. My mom even tried to talk to him, but he shut her down, saying, I'm not discussing this with you, respect my boundaries, and locked himself in the room. The next morning he came out and said he was leaving, whether I went with him or not, because he felt uncomfortable staying. I told him I was staying and would fly back. My sister called him out, saying his behavior was unacceptable, and he left. That night he texted me saying he was disappointed I hadn't checked to make sure he got home safely after driving 8 hours alone while in emotional distress. I didn't respond and I didn't reach out for the rest of the weekend. When I got home, I was prepared for the worst, but instead everything had shifted. He asked how my time with my family was, how my flight went. He'd cleaned the apartment, stocked it with my favorite snacks, and even made a PowerPoint presentation outlining everything we'd been through and the changes he planned to make. I told him we are no longer aligned, that we were on two completely different paths. I said I wanted to be with someone who truly believed I was their person and wouldn't walk away when things got hard. He noticed I wasn't wearing my engagement ring and said he couldn't believe I was throwing everything away.
Oh man.
Yeah, he seems like a very unstable emotional person.
Yeah.
To do such a flip like that, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because then who's to say that flip's not gonna happen again?
Yeah, another family member's gonna die and he's gonna end up.
And this made me think, because I know you said that you've never been to a funeral and you've even denied going to some because you feel like it would make you super uncomfortable. If Ava, my cousin, who is my bestest friend in the whole entire universe,
Mm-hmm.
passed away, and I wanted to go to the funeral and I wanted you to be there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I can't even. Bro, I'm gonna like tear up even just like thinking about it.
You're not gonna die, Ava.
I would not be able to hold myself together.
Yeah. Are you saying like if I did this, or are you asking me if I would go?
What? Yeah, would you go and be there for me?
Yeah, I'd go.
Okay.
I'd go. Because Ava's almost like I've never had anybody super close to me pass away. It's always like a vague friend or a friend's father, something like that.
Yeah.
And I just don't go. Like I wasn't explicitly invited to go, but you know, my mom would go or other friends would go, and I just wouldn't show up. I just wouldn't go. I'd be like, I'd rather remember them alive. And you know, I don't think I can handle that. But I'm pretty sure if like one of my sisters or something happened, obviously I'll go. Obviously I'll be there, or something happened with like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I definitely wouldn't do no shit like this. There's nothing wrong with, yeah, he wasn't there for you when you needed him, but
Yeah.
as soon as you're back, he wants to just give you snacks and stuff. It's like, what the fuck?
That's messed up.
Also, I would
feel
like
like-
to know if this is like a reoccurring thing that's happened before. If he's done this before, like
Yeah.
such an emotional switch up like that.
I'm actually like really proud that she left. Because a
Yeah,
lot of people I feel like wouldn't have.
yeah. He sounds emotionally immature, selfish. Yeah,
Yeah, because then he said apparently he said that brought up feelings from his grandmother passing. Then he should understand.
the pain that she's going through,
Yeah.
and that she needs someone. He was literally the one in the corner, and he was like, "Go be with your family." But then he switched it on her and said,
Yeah.
"This made me realize you're not my person. You never prioritized me, even though I've given up everything on you." He said, "I abandoned him at the funeral to be with my family."
And that's messed up.
Yeah. If she's telling the whole story, then that's fucked up. But who knows? Maybe she cheated on him once and he just doesn't like her anymore. Okay. That was a long one.
A
Ooh.
long dating.
Am I the asshole for having a long dating history at 20? This sounds interesting. All right. Should I do like ASMR style?
Yeah.
I, 20 female, feel like I've lived a lifetime of dating lessons in just a few years. By the time I turned 20, I had been in 5 relationships and had 1 hookup. I know that sounds like a lot to some people, but honestly, each one ended for a very specific reason. Reason 1, he was ultra possessive and controlling. Reason 2,
It's relationship, not reason.
total red flag, I stayed way too long. Relationship 3, a great guy but zero commitment. Relationship 4, fundamental mismatch in life goals / ideologies. Relationship 5, another toxic red flag situation. I'm now with my 6th boyfriend, and things are rough. He's constantly sus of me. He accuses me of cheating all the time, even though I've given him zero reason to doubt my loyalty. I feel like I'm constantly on trial, having to prove where I am and who I'm with. I'm starting to feel judged for my history. I'm terrified that people, even my own partner, look at my past and question my character. It makes me wonder, am I the hoe? Is it my fault he doesn't trust me because I've dated too many people for my age?
Okay,
You're 20 and dated 5 people. No. And you hooked up with one. What are you asking right now? What are you asking?
First of all, 5 in today's society is nothing.
You're basically a virgin. What the fuck are you talking about? I bet you you're now dating red flag number 6. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him, bro. You need to change your taste.
First of all, this was probably like in 3rd grade. The second relationship was like 6th grade.
And then like 2 in high school.
I mean, you're 20. Unless you dated like 5 different guys between like, you know, I would like to know that. It's unimportant, but I would like to know when's this first boyfriend and when was the 5th.
I want to know the timeline. Like 5 in her life, or is she saying like 5 like out of high school and I don't know. Yeah, there's not even a slight.
I
feel like you'd be a lot more happier if I said I only had 5 boyfriends.
If you told me you've had 5 boyfriends, I'd be like, oh my god.
You'd probably marry me sooner. Just kidding.
True. This is already.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that's controversial.
Am I the asshole for distancing myself from my best friend because she keeps entering abusive relationships? And it's not that long. We've been like sisters since 6th grade. We lost.
Trigger warning: abuse. So if you want to skip ahead.
Yeah. We lost touch in our early 20s when I moved away for college and had a baby, but later reconnected when I moved back to raise my son. Now we're both in our 30s and both moms. I have 1 child, she has 2. Her oldest child's father was abusive and in and out of prison, so she left him. Then she got into another relationship with a man who was also abusive and even tried to unalive her. Less than a year after the breakup, she moved in with another man who was physically abusive, verbally abusive toward her and her kids, and it doesn't work. She recently had a baby with him. I didn't know the extent of everything until she was already pregnant. Now things have escalated. CPS is involved and the situation feels really serious. Whenever we would hang out, her boyfriend would show up uninvited or follow her around to make sure she wasn't cheating. It's extremely controlling and honestly scary. At this point, I feel overwhelmed. I love her and care about her kids, but I can't keep being around this situation, especially now that there are allegations involving SA. I have to protect my son and set boundaries. It's been about 2 years since she told me he was hitting her, and nothing has changed. If anything, it's gotten worse. I don't think she's going to leave him. I can't keep hearing the stories or seeing the bruises. I feel guilty, like I'm abandoning her, but I also feel like I have to choose safety for myself and my children.
See, she already said what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
Before she said that she's choosing to be like safe. She said something about like him showing up unannounced. I was gonna say at that point, like, you're putting yourself in danger by being her friend. I don't think you're the asshole. Mm-hmm. I think that how she said that I can't keep being around this situation is perfectly said.
Yeah.
Because if she leaves that man and stops being around all that stuff, I feel like if you were still there for her then you are an amazing friend.
Yeah.
It's just the situation that's the problem.
Would you do the exact same thing if you had a friend who's in a relationship like that? Or like, what would be the conversations you would have with them? With her?
I probably would, because I've had some friends that went down very wrong paths, and I'm just like, it kind of just, I feel bad, but it just gives me an ick almost. So I've kind of just...
Yeah, I feel like I would tell them, I'd be like, listen, I love you, but this relationship is not good for you, and he's following us around, and I don't feel safe Like, he seems pretty psycho, and he's already beating your ass. He might beat my ass one day. So I'm gonna have to distance myself
And if
from
you've
him.
already tried telling her and like helping her get out of that and she still doesn't, then
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you have to worry about yourself at that point. It's like you can love your best friend, but I mean, you're not the asshole because it makes you feel guilty too of abandoning her. So yeah, you can love someone from a distance. Am I the asshole for wanting more out of my relationship? Oh, Lordy Jesus, Lordy Jesus, Lordy Jesus.
no. Oh, no.
Am I the asshole for not letting my girlfriend spend intimate time with another guy when I'm monogamous? Some of these are just like, why are you on Reddit? Am I the asshole for not having sex with my pregnant wife? Ooh.
Well, get over yourself and be loving to your wife. For real.
To make a long story short, he says. All right, there's an update. But let's see what he has to say. To make a long story short, and probably not the best way to start this off, my wife is pregnant. We're reaching the 3rd trimester, and for the record, I'm excited to be a dad. That's not really the major concern here. I have started feeling like an asshole lately. As always, it just hit me now that there was a man somewhere in the world sitting at his computer on Reddit, and he decided to type all this shit out. Like, he was really thinking about this, and he typed all this shit out, and he's like really wondering if he's an asshole. He's probably like trying to make sure his wife doesn't walk in on him and shit. Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. So prior to my wife getting pregnant, we had a very active sex life. And it was definitely not vanilla by any degree. We were even considering other avenues to expand in our playtime, we'll call it. So yeah, we're getting freaky D. Unfortunately, her first trimester, she had bad nausea and just wasn't feeling good overall, which I'm sure is normal. And at least so I've been told that's besides the point. Did I just have a stroke? What the fuck? Which I'm sure is normal. At least so I've been told that's besides the point it got. That's a weird sentence. So bad that anytime I was trying to even hug or kiss my wife, just to greet her and say hello because we are a very touchy, feely couple, she'd nearly vomit. Okay. She did not like being moved or jostled, and various smells set her off. Sometimes it could be what I ate for lunch. Sometimes it was the shampoo I had used that I had to change 3 times now. Not her fault whatsoever, but I was already kind of iffy when it comes to attraction to pregnant women. Combine that with the first trimester, and yeah, didn't make things easier. We are now at the end of the 2nd trimester, and she's stabilized, wanting to be more sexually active and well. I can't really get in the mood. I love my wife. I still find her very attractive so long as I'm not looking at the belly. And oh, damn. And no, it's not because I think she's fat or for anybody that makes that accusation like my sister-in-law did. The fact there's a little person in there. He was definitely rush typing this shit. Kind of weirds me the fuck out, and the fact that it's my daughter in there makes it even worse. Combine that with the past.
With the past 3 months of her nearly vomiting every time I touched her, just kind of reinforced that idea that physical contact was a no-go tree. Now cries on occasion me when I'm not super in the mood or because I'm not finishing or we're not doing the types of play that we used to. And she admitted that it was starting to put strain on her and asked if it was putting a strain on me for our relationship. Am I the update?
All right, let's deal with this first. Let's deal with this before the update happens.
I kind of get it, because even there for a little bit when I was pregnant, I kept asking you, like, is it not weird to you? Like, your daughter's sitting there and you're trying to...
It's like when you put it into perspective like that, it's just like, yeah, you just made it weird. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I'm like, I kind of get it, because that's how I was feeling. I'm like, I feel like this is wrong.
Okay, so one of the things that I learned in our relationship is the importance of communication.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I feel
any
like if
advice
he
I
was
would give
just
to
honest
anybody,
with her
yeah,
and it was just like, hey, it's just I feel like
like I love
my
you and you're
baby daughter
sexy,
is right there, and it
yeah,
almost feels wrong to just.
because he's on Reddit. He can very openly. Nobody knows who this fucking guy is. He can openly be like, "Listen, she got big, and I wasn't attracted to it." But he
Yeah,
was
that's the
saying,
thing with a lot of guys is that they lose attraction, but he's saying that he's still.
"Yeah,
It's just the thinking into it of his baby daughters right there.
yeah." It seems like it really did bother him because the sex life was very wild, but then it started getting, you know, it is a
What
lot
the
to deal
update
with.
is that he's talked to her.
Yeah, it is a lot of it is a lot to deal with a woman that's
Okay, so
pregnant.
yeah, read it.
Okay. For those of you that are curious, I have an update. So last night I did talk to my wife. Good. Also showed her the post and a few things of notes. Oh, he showed her. One, she also finds it weird on occasion, not all the time, but when we've been talking heavily about the baby, and then she gets really corny. Weird her out as well. That's the first note. Second note, for those that were asking if she's bi, she's not though. She did jokes. Like bisexual? For those that were asking if she's bi, she's not though. She did jokes. It at least she has options and is flattered. Thank you. For those with supportive comments, thank you to the one who said I need to write my act or you look forward for it to me getting a divorce. Jesus Christ. And barely getting visitations rights to my kids, not for myself, but from my wife. Talk to you. Is it me or what?
Oh my god, I think he's trying to say what the commenter said. But okay, from my wife talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, and barely getting visit. Somebody must have said something
Somebody was
about
joking. I get that.
getting
I'm talking about just
visitation
the fucking
rights to the kid.
Yeah.
His wife said her exact response is, "Why the hell would I give up a perfectly good man just because he has an odd quirk?" As she puts it. Well, she's well aware of the fact that sometimes I get in my own head, and she loves me despite that, but it hasn't stopped me from doing all the things that have helped her. This is far through the pregnancy nor throughout our entire relationship in life. Her vote, I'm not the asshole. It's just weird, awkward in our first time having a kid. She is not wanting to do this again. Hope this update is satisfactory for.
Okay. Stay off Reddit, motherfucker. I can't read your shit.
Well, I'm glad that they ended up.
Yeah.
I hate hearing bad pregnancy stories.
Yeah.
I don't like men can be so awful to their pregnant women.
Yeah. It's also like I don't want to give excuses because the men that do that are fucked up. But I feel like a lot of men aren't like the same way I told you that a lot of men aren't aware of
They're
women's.
not educated.
They're not educated on certain things. So I feel like young men need to be educated on, like when woman's on her period. Some women handle it and some women don't, and their hormones are all over the fucking place. And if you're a man and you don't understand that that's what's happening to the woman and her emotions are just everywhere because she's physically going through something and you have no idea about it. So you're just like, damn, you just turned into a bitch. Like, fuck you. And then you start treating her like shit for it. Well, when it goes through pregnancy, it's like 10x that. So I feel like they don't
I
even.
feel like it's the same thing. Some women love being pregnant and some women don't handle it well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I feel like I push through, but I feel like I'm not as bad as it could be, but I feel like there was even one point you were getting mad at me because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, and you thought that I wanted to like.
Yeah. Because you were like, oh, I don't want to have this kid anymore. And in my mind, I'm
I
like,
never said I don't want to have this kid anymore. I said I don't like going through the stuff with the nurses when they have to do all
oh,
that and fucking
yeah, that has to do with my like.
get up in there
I
and
have
then
like a
all the
really.
shots and blood drawing and
I have a low tolerance for complaints. So like when I hear somebody complain so much and it's just like a bunch of shit that there's nothing I can do about it, I'm like, what the fuck you want me to do? Like, but yeah, young men need to be educated more on women because a lot of the times they don't understand and they just think that a woman's being a bitch for no reason. Not excusing women who are being a bitches on their period too, where they'll be like, I'm on my period so I can punch you in the fucking nuts or something like that. Nothing crazy. I want to read some that seem interesting right off the jump. This is okay. This is a good one. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend over the kind of reels he sends me? I, 23 female, was dating a guy, 26 male. Recently, I've been on a dopamine detox for about a week because I'm focusing on learning and working toward my new career goals. So I've stopped consuming short form content like Instagram reels. That's kind of like to be aware of that and stop. I couldn't. A few days ago, my boyfriend sent me an Instagram reel via WhatsApp. I told him I couldn't view it because I don't have Instagram on my phone right now. Later, during casual conversation, he screen recorded the reel and sent it to me anyway. The video showed a female barber in a very sexualized setup shaving a man's beard in a way that involved her chest being pressed against his face. He sent it with the caption, "Should I go?" I got upset and told him I didn't like it because it felt disrespectful and unnecessarily sexualized. He brushed it off and said I was overreacting and that he was just trying to tease me and make me jealous. The thing, this isn't the first time he sent me explicit or suggestive content before, which already made me uncomfortable. It also made me question what kind of content he regularly consumes, since I personally never came across that type of content on my own feed when I used Instagram. After this incident, I feel like my boundaries weren't being respected, especially since I had already told him I wasn't engaging with that kind of content right now. I ended up breaking up with him. Am I the asshole for ending the relationship over this?
No.
No. Okay, I kind of get it. If it would have just been like, if it would have just been the one reel and she broke up with him, I'd be like, come on. Like,
yeah, this is kind of how I felt about whenever I said I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
That alien dude you sent me and it's that girl touching. I was like, that's what I was pretty much trying to tell you. I'm like, it's just a sexy girl and it's obviously a little skit. It's obviously fake. Like, why the fuck did you send this to me?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like it wasn't like sexualized like that.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like, I don't see why this is funny. I like.
That's wild.
It kind of made me a little mad.
Really? Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it.
Hold on. Wait, why?
You wash your head, did it? Damn. Okay. That my head shot.
Did your head?
Yeah, that my head shot.
Why is squishy like that?
Cause I mean it's a brain in that motherfucker. What?
That's not funny.
Okay.
That shit's supposed to be hard.
That's not funny.
Oh.
He has an alien head, and she's like, "Why is it squishy?" And there's her brain.
But it's like obviously fake. If you were feeling that, you would know that's not a real fucking face.
I mean, obviously they're playing it up.
It's like she takes the blindfold off, and she's like, I mean, yeah, maybe in like a different universe we could date.
And then his response was funny. He's like, "Damn, so you gotta die and then come back to life, and then maybe you fuck with me?" And it's like, that's funny. Anyways. What was the shit out? Oh, okay, well, let's get back to this. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. I didn't give my thing. He shouldn't have been sitting here that type of shit, but whatever. Okay. Damn. Am I the asshole for leaving my partner when their parent is dealing with cancer?
I feel like we're just based off the titles at this point. Like, the answers are so obvious.
It's like, am I the asshole for kicking my pregnant wife in the stomach even though she called me a douchebag? Am I the asshole for feeling put out by my marriage? Ending a relationship through text is always bad. You should have the balls to break up with somebody.
I think that's what I did.
I used to always text, but it's pretty fucked up. Am I the asshole for joking about having feelings for a friend, not realizing she was serious? Oh. Damn. Am I the asshole for cheating on my boyfriend multiple times because he wouldn't let me break up?
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, you're the asshole. I don't give a fuck. What do you mean not letting you break up? Like, you just leave. What the fuck are you talking about? And if that was the case, then you were never with him. I think you don't need consent from somebody to break up with them, do you?
You do. Oh, just kidding.
If I'm like, hey, we're done, that means we're
No,
done.
We're not.
And then I end up like getting with the 5 women.
Oh my god.
You can't say that I was cheating on you because I'm like, no, I broke up with you. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's cheating. You saying that is like micro cheating on me right now.
Jeez. What do you think about breaks?
I don't. No. And don't be, if it's just a break too, if you're gonna play that card, don't be talking to other people, because that's just seeing if, like, are there better options out there, or should I just settle and stay? Get the fuck out.
Could you ever come to an agreement on what the break should be with your partner? Like, if you be like, you know what, I think we need a break. I think we just need to, like, be separate from each other for a month, but these are the ground rules. You can't fuck nobody.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like all the reasons for a break are so stupid, except for if it's just y'all need that feeling of distance makes the heart grow fond, or whatever the fucking thing.
It's usually what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah, but I feel like all other reasons that people use it is specifically because they want to be able to go do what they want without it being an issue.
I mean, if you go on a break and then you end up fucking somebody else, there's no reason for you to have to tell the other person. If you're a dickhead, it's be like, you just don't have to tell them, because like technically you weren't together, but like bringing it up and being like, yeah, I fucked another girl, that's not gonna go good for you. You just don't tell them.
What if you were asked? You gonna lie?
You can plead the fifth. No, if you're asked, you should say it. You should be like, I did. I wasn't going to say anything.
I'd be mad.
I know. Am I the asshole for not officially dating a guy because he won't talk to his family about me? You think this is interesting? I, 19 female, have unofficially dating this guy for 20 male. We can call him Guy for almost a year. We've talked about dating in the past and I really like him, so I said yes one day. We probably will. He's very strict about labeling things and says that if I don't officially want that title, then I'm not taking him seriously. I really saw a future with him before this happened yesterday. There were small other things that led up to this, but well, here we go. Yesterday, I was at Guy's house. He told me that at some point his mom would be calling him, and I said okay and moved on. This has been a constant issue though. He is very close with his family, and I am close with mine. I talk to my family about him all the time. They haven't met him because I go to school in a different country. So I'm sitting at Guy's desk doing my work, and he answers the phone and he tells me, you need to leave the room, my mom's calling. That's kind of weird. So I don't say anything, but I leave. He was on FaceTime with her for a while and even bought out his phone so his roommates could say hello. Eventually, they hung up and he let me back into his room, and so I asked him why he doesn't tell his family about me. He told me that he doesn't want to tell them about something that might not be that serious. I found this funny since we've acted like we were dating for so long just without the label. I find that unnecessary because we are very open about our feelings. We got into an argument and he said I just don't like him as much as he thought and that I don't really care about him. Of course I care about him. We have been in some type of relationship for so long, and so I tell him this, and he says that all I care about is if people know that have something going on. This is so unfair to say. I have taken care of him when he was sick, helped him apply to jobs, pet sat for him, among other things that I think show I care about him. There's obviously more to the situation, but this is the main events of our conversation and my feelings in the situation. I don't think it's fair to expect me to want to date him when he acts like I don't exist. His parents tried to set him up with people asking if he's met any girls recently, etc. To his family when mine knows all about him. What do you think about this? They've been unofficially dating for almost
I was gonna
a year.
say it's like a tricky slope when it's like he doesn't want to tell his parents until it's a serious labeled relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't want the serious label until she tells him about it. So it's almost like who's
Yeah, what's her reason for
opinion on what
not
is more important.
wanting the official title?
Yeah, I was gonna say that too, but then like that's weird. You care about him so much and blah blah blah, but it's like you don't want that title yet. And if
You're
you
saying,
want
yeah, I really saw a future with him, but you still won't make it official?
yeah, that's kind of weird.
But she's 19. She's fucking stupid.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
What are the replies?
Let's see. Let's see what the great minds of Reddit have to say. You're the asshole. Are you dating him? Because that means you're officially dating him. Congratulations. His behavior is because you're hemming and hawing about labels and making noises and you what? Oh, and making noises like you don't want to commit. Either shit or get off the pot, or he's gonna decide for you and leave. I say that we are dating because we act like we're in a relationship. He says we're not because we haven't officially asked and kissed about the label. I say unofficially in my post because that's what he thinks. He hasn't made it official, but I think that after a year of only seeing each other, that counts as official. Hopefully that makes a bit more sense. Wait, is she waiting for him to ask her?
Yeah.
Talking stage should be 3 to 4 months maximum.
True. You asked me to be your girlfriend like 3 months in? No? A month in?
Like a month in?
Yeah. Where did I get 3 from?
Are you hiding someone from me?
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for questioning my 23 female boyfriend's 26 and body count, which is 58? My boyfriend and I have been dating for 5 months, and it's been LDR. What is LDR? What is LDR?
I don't know.
Latter day.
No.
Yesterday, over some conflict, when I caught him lying over small things, I suspected something fishy, and I asked him to be really honest with me. He has lied to me several times regarding his career. What? How he's got it all, when instead later I caught him in his struggling phase. Turns out he has no business and is living off his parents' money with them at their home. When I asked him to, okay, this is one of the things that I hate is like when somebody's telling their story and then they start giving you like the Carfax,
Yeah.
and then they immediately start, I feel like I've said this before,
Yeah.
but they'll intentionally throw in bullshit to try to destroy their character before they even get
Yeah.
to the meat of what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I asked him to be honest with me, he told me he's been with multiple women during college. about 8 years back. He explained the first time was a bet to some friend and it started all after that. He said he didn't connect emotionally to any of them and it was just casual, and called these girls characterless and said they came on to him. When I asked him why he didn't tell me this since the beginning of the relationship, he said I wouldn't have talked to him or fallen in love with him. And when I said if I'd done the same, he said he'd leave me and my body count were at even 1. The whole reason for him falling in love with me was because I was a virgin. And again, for questioning why the rules are different for you and me, he said it's because he didn't connect emotionally with any one of them, and women connect emotionally to men. Hence, they're never the same after that. This motherfucker was
He's
listening to
a
Andrew Tate.
Awful person.
I got so attached with him in these past few months. It's been an emotional. I bet it has. Because if you hooked up with him, you're like the aliens from Avatar. It was like when y'all touch tails, y'all are like bald. He made me apologize once for wearing a top with cleavage and verbally abused me for the same. I ended up apologizing to him for 2 days straight. Later, he said he'd do it again if I did something like this ever again. He said he sees me as a wife and would not marry me if I continue on with such behavior. I have no idea how to handle the situation, and I don't know if he's manipulating me in the name of love.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It baffles me that there are really men like this. Oh my god.
city boy, city boy. Yeah, this guy is a fucking dipshit, obviously.
Oh my god.
I find it hard to believe that she's a virgin,
And I
but okay.
hate, bro.
She's
like,
apparently like the angel in this
and I
situation.
don't even want to say this about her specifically, but it's like, it makes me more mad that there are women that give those guys and let them keep the ego that they have with this. Like, you apologize for 2 days straight over a shirt, girl. Because then that makes it, that like, justifies, that makes him feel more justified in his being that controlling.
Also, another thing is, I'm always very careful when I get one side of the story and I also am very careful when the story is obviously this person is evil and I'm an angel. I always get suspicious of things like that. So this is
Well, that's what
equivalent
I
to
keep saying, is like, if this story is true, then
if this story is true, then yes, she's
this poor
really
girl,
stupid
get out
and
of
very
it.
easily manipulatable. But she's 23, so but yeah, this guy's like the bad red pill kind of guy, where he's like, listen, men and women are not the same, which is true, but these guys throw it to like the fucking extreme. Is like, I can fuck 72 bitches, but you can't fuck 72 guys, because when I fuck them, it's like a handshake. When you fuck them, it's because you love them and you're emotionally attached to them,
Yeah,
and
I get
and it's
the
like
fuck outta
all that type of shit. But yeah, this story seems similar. If I were to give a hypothetical, it'd be like, am I the asshole because my boyfriend beat my head in and he gave me stitches, and when he was sick, I would make him soup and I didn't heat it up properly, so he smacked me in the face. So I apologized for him for 2 days, and then I kissed him on his boo-boo when he slapped me, and his hand hurt because he slapped me so hard. So I kissed him in the fucking hand. It's like, okay, you're an angel and he's a devil, and you're asking if you're the asshole. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Wait, what was am I the asshole for what?
Um,
Go up. Oh, questioning his body count?
yeah.
Girl, there's more than just questioning the body count. It should be the fact that... Am I the asshole for leaving my boyfriend because? That should have been the title. You should have been left.
Yeah.
And then we would have
It's
still
about the
said,
body
no, you're
count,
not
but
the
then
asshole.
she says he lied to him about the
Yeah.
career. He doesn't have a business. The body count's not really a thing, but
He's controlling
it's like
what you wear, and
you
you
haven't
need
fucked
to be
anybody.
on good behavior if you want to get married. 5 months in. That's wild.
The body count is irrelevant. What is relevant is the fact that he's lied about multiple things. The misogynistic view of women is all it does. Sex works. It doesn't change women. The only way a woman's body changes from having sex is either getting pregnant or getting an STD. I don't know about that. The red pill narrative about pair bonding or women leaving behind a piece of herself with every man is bullshit. I do think that women do have a more connection a more of like an emotional connection when they have sex with a man. I don't think it's that the whole pair bonding thing. I think it's exaggerated, but I do think that there is something to it.
I don't know. I've already told you. I'm starting to feel like it's not really the case anymore. Because I mean, think about how many mattress actresses there are, and OF girls there are, and everything that they don't get attached to nobody.
Pair bonding is real. Pair bonding in humans differs biologically between males and females, primarily through neurochemical processes. Oxytocin generally drives deep emotional attachment and intimacy in females, while vasopressin is more crucial for male bonding, mate guarding, and long-term commitment. Both genders rely on dopamine to reinforce the rewarding aspects of relationships. So they both females often take a more active role in maintaining relationship proximity and affiliation, while males often focus on resource provision and territorial protection. So they do have the pair bonding is the same, but it's just different for men and women. Leaving behind a piece of herself, I don't know. I do think that once a woman starts being promiscuous a lot, then that shit goes out the window. She doesn't leave a piece of herself with every man she has sex with. Mm-hmm. I think a woman can be just as emotionally don't give a fuck about. You know what I'm trying to say?
No.
Like, I do think that there are women that exist that can fuck one guy and kick him to the fucking curb and not give a fuck about him and fuck the next guy the next day. Mm-hmm. Which is what...
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I feel like it can be the same for women. You just don't hear about it as much.
Mm-hmm. There should be a Red Pill women podcast where they're like, all this shit about men are fucking bullshit. We need a female Andrew Tate that doesn't repeat what the fuck he says. Am I the asshole for getting upset at my boyfriend after how he treated me all day? And it's going to be a story about how he
was the worst person ever, and she's upset because of it. And then we're going to be like, no.
He come home from work and I baked him a cake, but then he called me a bitch. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for reaching out to my boyfriend's friend? Ooh. So I, 26 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 25 male, for 4 years. He has a group of 6 pretty much lifelong friends dating back to middle school. I like these guys. They still all live pretty close to one another and see each other pretty much every weekend. I'm the longest tenured girlfriend, so I'll attend some of the gatherings to say a quick hello, or if it's the guys and some of the other partners, I'll stay the whole time. Over the last 6 months or so, I've noticed a remarkable change in one of his friends, 26 male. This guy used to be joyful, funny, life of the party type, and never missed a social occasion. In the last 6 to 8 months, we've seen him maybe 3 times, and when we do see him, he's not really engaged and doesn't look happy to be there. He also uses self-deprecating humor that cuts like a sword and drinks substantially more than he used to. I asked my boyfriend about this and got a mixture of an explanation of he's stressed about work, that's how he always is, which, to be fair, he used a lot of self-deprecating humor previously, but now the tone is different. He's sad about a family member passing. That happened about a year ago. I asked if anyone talked to him and he said he hasn't reached out and he knows we're here. I reached out to my boyfriend's friend and said that he's loved and supported, that everyone is here if he needs anything, and that we miss him. He sent a screenshot of that text to the guy's group chat, and my boyfriend said I had no right to text his friend and that it was really none of my business. I argued that a friend is not a possession and that I had the right to do what I thought was right. Am I the asshole? Okay. I don't think she's the asshole.
I don't either.
Oh my God, I almost choked.
Because I was like thinking about, like, it would be like me coming in here and, like, if I could tell David was upset and you didn't, like, talk to him or something, I'd probably come in here and be like, hey, do you want to talk about anything?
Yeah.
Blah, blah. There wouldn't be an issue. But the fact that he screenshotted it and sent it to the boys group chat,
I mean, when
that shows that it's like, I feel like it can't be related to, like, if I were to talk to David.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be like if I reached out to
Mm-hmm.
your friend that lives down the street. Because, like, me and him aren't close like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just screenshots it and sends it to you. But I feel like you also wouldn't react that way either, though. You wouldn't be like, that's none of your business. Like, well, why would you message him?
Yeah, I think she's just trying to be a good person and reaching out. Like, you can clearly, she's thinking like, oh shit, like she's paying attention to this guy's emotions.
Yeah.
She's like, this guy was funny and life of the party, and now he's fucked up. And she asked her boyfriend, like, is he good? And he was like, yeah, he knows we're here. And then, so she probably was just like, let me just check on him.
Yeah.
But then he's a dipshit and sends it to the group
Yeah,
chat.
that-
It's
That
like,
would
bro,
have sent me over the edge, bro. I would have been so mad trying to be nice.
like, bro. The only thing I would see is like there's certain people who believe that, like, how would I say? They don't think that any of my boys should have any type of one-on-one conversations with you.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, that's his girl. Like,
I also
Like,
do
we're
feel
not
like
friendly like
sometimes though
that.
it does depend on the type of people. So
yeah.
I feel like some groups,
Some groups are
I
like
don't know,
that.
like sometimes I think like too, like the groups of like guys. I don't know, have you ever seen like a TikTok and it's just like a group of guys, they all just look like fuck boys.
Mhm.
They all just look like pieces of shit.
Yeah.
It almost feels like if one of their girlfriends randomly reached out to another one of those guys, I feel like that would be a little weird because
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's like you, like your friend group is totally different. Like they're all like we're all nice, you talk,
Yeah.
Christian, religious, and
If you reached out to any of
Yeah.
them, the implication wouldn't be like, yo, bro, your girl's trying to fucking talk to me.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess it would depend, but no, she's not the asshole. She's just trying to be a good person. Yeah, this is what I mean. Did he send it to the group chat to like imply like, hey bro, your girl's hollering at me, or was it like that's
Well,
usually
I could
what
also
that
say
means.
vice versa, because there's one of your friend's girlfriends. If she messaged you to ask like if you were okay, blah, blah, I wouldn't think anything of it.
Mhm.
But then there's another girl. If she ever messaged you, I would think something of it, because she has that personality of like, all of your friends would fuck me if they had the chance type personality. So then that would bother me. But
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I also just feel like everybody's different and friend groups vary. And
Yeah. Refusing to spend my vacation with my partner's parents. Don't give a fuck. Am I the asshole for going no contact with my younger brother after everything that happened? Kind of don't give a fuck. Am I the asshole for refusing a DNA test? Hui. Hui.
oh,
Oh.
oh my lord.
Chupapi
Okay.
moñeño, bro. Flirting with someone else while my girlfriend and I were on a break.
Yes.
What would you consider flirting? Like, let's say me and you get on a break, and then I go to Starbucks, and I'd be like, "Oh, you have a nice smile," and then and then you find out about it. Would you be like, "You're a fucking asshole"? You're
I
a
probably
piece.
question you every day, like,
Because like
where's my compliment?
yeah.
No, I'd probably. I'm just very jealous. So no, I can say like deep down, I don't really see that as flirting.
Am I the asshole for wanting my girlfriend to cook and clean? Let's see what the circumstances are, my guy. Oh,
I wanted to read
Jesus.
the one about the break.
Break?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this happened. Damn, 20 years ago? Okay, so they're in their 40s now, but this is when they were 20s. This happened about 20 years ago, but it still pops in my head sometimes. At the time, I, 25 male, was dating Lisa, 21 female. She told me she wanted to go on a break. From my understanding, that meant we weren't together, although we didn't set super clear rules, which is important. While we were on this break, she invited me to a party with her sister and their friends. I went thinking things were friendly, but that we were still technically not together. At the party, I ended up talking to another woman and we hit it off. Nothing physical happened, but there was definitely some flirting. Lisa saw this and got really upset. She became jealous and angry that I was flirting with someone else, even though she was the one who asked for a break. After the party, we talked things through and ended up getting back together, but she was clearly hurt by what happened. Looking back, I can see how it might have come across as disrespectful, especially since we were still emotionally connected. At the same time, I genuinely thought being on a break meant we were free to talk to other people. Am I an asshole for flirting with someone else that night?
The fact that they were able to talk it out and get back together and move on, whatever, I feel like is good. But for that specific situation, if we're to be like on a break for whatever reason it was, I also would like to know the reason.
Mm-hmm.
If she invited you, it's probably because of to like do something together. Like, yeah, we're on this break, but like, let's do something together. And
Also,
then you
if
go
me
and
and
flirt
you
with
are,
somebody else.
if we're on
while
a
I'm
break,
there?
don't invite me to no fucking party. It's like you just broke up with me for like a month, basically. It's like I don't want to fucking party with you. If you told me I want to go on a break and then you're inviting me to a party, I'd probably be like so ass mad that I would do it like out of spite. I'd be like, oh yeah, you want this break? You want this fucking break? I'm gonna holler at this girl.
Oh my god. Well, see, look, when I wanted a break from you, I didn't even tell you. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna go stay the night at my sister's house. Because I'm bored, and you can just, come home and get rest and have a peaceful, quiet house.
Okay, let's see what the definition. According to AI, taking a break in a relationship is temporary, mutually agreed upon period of separation meant for assessing the relationship's future, gaining clarity, or resolving personal issues. Unlike a breakup, it is a pause to reduce conflict and emotional overwhelm, allowing partners to reevaluate their needs, goals, and compatibility from the pressure of day-to-day engagement.
So see, go back up. To reduce, okay. Allowing partners to reevaluate their needs, goals, and compatibility. So that's why I think whenever you're going out and hooking up with other people, that shows where your needs and goals really are. Clearly, how is hooking up with other people gonna fix?
Okay, but yeah, it says right here, clearly defined rules such as whether or not it's okay to date or be intimate with others. So usually when you're on a break, you need to understand that a conversation needs to be had and shit needs to be like, okay, yeah, we need to separate from each other because our relationship is on fucking thin ice. Let's just take a break for a month. What does that mean? Does that mean,
No hooking up
if
with
it just so
other
happens
people.
you fall into some cooch, can I do
Don't
that?
bring no STDs home. The fuck? We live in Houston. You ain't going out and hooking up with
A chance to figure out personal needs without the distraction of the partner. Okay, let's say I'm gonna give you a hypothetical. This is not in any way anything. I don't feel this way at all. But let's say, for example, I wanted to become the biggest streamer in the world, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I need a break because it's just too much. I need to invest all of my time into streaming. So like I think we should take a break so that I can come home from work and strictly stream and not have to deal with you. Not have to deal with you or the babies or like anything like that. I was like, obviously I'm still gonna be there, but
I know what I'm gonna do.
what would you do?
I'm gonna be like, okay, let's just sit down for a minute and let's just watch something. And I'm gonna pull up Pastor Tim's thing where you're supposed to prioritize me.
Jesus.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna guilt you, bro.
Damn. Bring
And
it.
then what would you do if that was my response? I pulled up Pastor Tim.
I would also pull up Pastor Tim and I'd be like, okay, but you're supposed to listen to your husband.
Oh my god.
Okay, so yeah. This is what a break means, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to go on a break with a partner, you guys need to set the boundaries on day one. Am I the asshole for not being able to sleep in the same room as my roommate's girlfriend?
What was the cooking and cleaning? What was that about?
Am I the asshole for wanting my girlfriend to cook and clean?
Oh my god. No.
To add clarity, get the fuck out of here. Am I the asshole for not breaking up with a man who has a girlfriend? Yeah. Am I the asshole? I'm 19 female and I'm not super interested in my boyfriend. Yeah. You should leave. Am I the asshole for setting a boundary with my boyfriend's cousin?
Bruh, I'd probably make a little couple jokes if you were relying on your mom for help if you were sick.
Am I the asshole for leaving an almost 7-year relationship over food? I don't give a fuck. Am I the asshole for not having a friend relationship with my sister-in-law? No. I was like, am I the asshole for not being friends with Amber? I was like, they're probably not going to be texting and all that. Am I the asshole for telling my coworker she has thin hair?
How's that a relationship?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Just get to the meat. They always put in so unnecessary shit. So I met my coworker back in 2017. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Just tell me what happened. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I no longer want to kiss or hug her until she figures out her own intimacy problems?
Oh my god. It's like I want to hear it, but then there's way too many words.
Let's see if I can get to the meat of this shit. I'll do it. This is gonna be the last one. So if you're still with us, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're still with us, I would like to say thank you. This is gonna be the last one, and then we're gonna end the video. Yes. I know it may sound harsh, but I, 27 man, and my wife, 26 female. So it all began a few years back when our daughter was born 4.5 years ago. Just like any couple who goes through a pregnancy, of course, the intimacy drops. I understand deeply being the only boy among 5 sisters who are almost a decade older than me. And I have the oldest 3 go through pregnancy. Getting off track. Yeah, don't give a fuck. When we found out that my wife was pregnant, we were over the moon. I did everything trying to be the best and supportive husband I can be during the pregnancy. We both agreed since it's our first pregnancy, we should take the time off of work so that there can be no extra stress on her. With that being said, I took on 2-part jobs on top of my full-time job to make sure finances wouldn't be a problem. For the entire pregnancy, I worked all 3 jobs until the last 2 months of the pregnancy. After our daughter turned 1 year old, I figured I would try to see if we can rebuild our intimacy. She's shot down for the past 4 years. I've done anything I can not to just make it about sex, but simple intimacy, cuddling, watching a movie, going to our favorite restaurant, the little things that matter. The most eventually I attempted to being physically intimate with my wife because, again, it has been 4 years since we had been together. 4 fucking years. I sat her down for multiple deep conversations about it with her, about how I felt unwanted and undesired, not just physically, but emotionally. As after years of being turned down for little things like cuddling, I felt unwanted, and she is aware, but every time the conversation ending with the, "Oh, it's not you, it's me," she mainly blamed it on her birth control. Which I understand it can really affect a woman in many ways, intimacy being one of them. So I continued on like normal, but she got off birth control and she's been off for a while. And I figured, okay, so it was definitely the birth control that made me not want to be intimate. But she had been off birth control for more than a year now. Did I just read the same section or what the fuck? I've done everything I can just to be a little desired by the woman I love, but the part that kills me now, ever since she dropped the birth control, is when I attempted to be sexual, flirtatious with little things, pinch her rear and simple things like that, but then she would always turn and tell me to stop. Not in a husband and wife flirting way, but she would say it in an angry voice. So I started to keep my hands to myself, especially the night she blew up on me and called me a filthy pervert who only wants her for sex. That line crushed something in me that night. I spent years trying to find the love and joy that we once had, but I couldn't even bring myself to be around her anymore without feeling disgusted. I started to blame myself like I was nothing but a pervert on my own. Oh my God. Since that night, I began sleeping in the guest room. For about 7 months now, she hates it, but when I have attempted to sleep in the same bed again the night, she called me a filthy pervert. Replays on my head, and I can bring myself to stay in the same bed. I can't bring myself to stay in the same bed anymore. I withdraw emotionally to protect myself. I started working 60 to 85 hours a week just to avoid being home with her. I tried to only focus on our child, and this past Friday she asked me why I have been avoiding her. I replied, I'm not, I just don't want you to think I'm a pervert as you claimed I was. That's when she snapped at me, yelling at me that I had been avoiding her because we're not having sex. I replied, no, I'm avoiding you because I spent years trying to be close to you again, and every time I tried, I just felt unwanted and undesired. Then she told me we hug and kiss all the time, but I told her that not in a relationship. We're basically in a teenage relationship, hugging kisses, that's all I said. Is that your idea of being close or intimate? I no longer want to be physically with you, and that means hugging and kissing. She flipped her top when the words came out. That was almost a week ago, and we haven't spoken since. I now think I was too harsh, and maybe I am a pervert. Is she right? Am I the asshole for preventing? What the fuck? Too harsh, and maybe I am a pervert. Is she right? Am I a pervert for wanting basic intimacy beyond hugs and kisses, or am I the asshole? Please, I can really use the advice because I love my wife more than anything, but am I supposed to continue feeling like this because I refuse to ever cheat on her?
This actually made me feel really like bad for him. Because like at the same time, it's like you can't force a woman to want to. But it's like sad because it's like you really love this woman and just want what I used to have.
Mm-hmm.
That's really sad.
Damn.
I don't know what I would do in this situation. Well, if it was vice versa, like I would know what I would do.
I mean, he says she's been shooting him down for the past 4 fucking years. 4 years.
Yeah. I feel like it'd be hard to like vice versa it to like see his
That birth control shit doesn't
you...
fly with me either. 4 fucking years and it's all because of the birth control? And she looks like she flips out over stupid shit. Like she's calling him a pervert, but it's like, bro, you're my wife and I'm finding you attractive. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think this seems kind of wild. But now that I'm reading all of it, if all of this is true, I don't think that's...
I want to see some of the replies.
I think you should start with counseling both couples and one for yourself. I also do not believe you are a pervert. It sounds like your wife doesn't like you. You're not a pervert. You're a husband trying to connect with your wife.
Yeah.
You can try counseling. Yeah, I mean...
Like, what would you do in that situation? Like, if it was us. It's really hard for you to imagine.
I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. Like, if I'm just like, okay, she's off the birth control. That was the reason why she didn't want
like,
to do
let's
this.
just say after I had Aaliyah, let's just say it's been 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since we had Aaliyah, I'm not.
Nothing.
And because I'm on birth control.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but then, so he's basically said like, okay, I got it. She was on birth control. That's why.
No,
But then she got off of it. And then he
year.
tried like pinching her butt and she called him pervert.
Mm-hmm.
And she flipped on him. I'd probably flip back on you.
Yeah.
I'd probably flip out. I'd be like, I'd be foaming at the fucking mouth. Like, bro, come on. It's been 4 years. Like, give me something. You're calling me a pervert? What the fuck? And then, like, you have the nerve to ask why I've been avoiding you. It's like, you've been calling me a pervert. Like, we're married and we have a kid.
I don't know if I should leave this part in here, what I'm about to say. But
Say
I was
it.
going to say, I feel like it's hard for you to imagine this situation because it's like, I have to tell you to do those things to me. Like, bro, like, when you walk past me, like, grab me, like, something. Like, I'm like, bro, you're a man. You should want... Or like when we're in the car and I'm like, come on, you wanna put your hand on my...
Jeez. Yeah, this seems. I feel bad for
Yeah,
this
because
guy.
this makes me feel really bad.
They're so young. They're 27, and his wife is 26. So 4.5 years ago, he was what, 23,
But like this also
27?
makes me want to hear like her point of view. Like she had a baby. Is that their first kid? That was their first kid. They were over the moon about it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if like how her pregnancy was like in giving birth. Because like I know for me, after I give birth, it's like the thought of being intimate is like so scary, and like for a while, even like months after, I have to like get that like out of my head that like a whole baby came out and like I had stitches, and like
Mm-hmm.
I have to like really force that out of my head.
I wonder if she, um, I wonder if she's like one of those manipulators who's like, um, he got an extra 2 jobs just so that she can stay home and not work.
Mm-hmm.
So that basically means that he was probably working all the time. I wonder if she ever complained like, "Oh, you're never here. I'm pregnant with your fucking child. You're never fucking here. Just because you got a job doesn't mean that you're not supposed to be here and this and that." Damn.
Well, I'm saying like not even that, like her side of being like if something traumatizing happened or she's like just
Oh,
so it's like hard for her. And what if like he's saying this, but it's like really he is being a little annoying and he's making it sound better? Because his point of view might actually be that he's just trying to like love on her, but he possibly is just coming off as like annoying and just
yeah.
pushy maybe. And so that's what I mean by like if this point of view is like the true story, then that makes me feel really bad. But that's why it's like I really want to hear her side.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going back to this. I only believe stories when it's like, yeah, she was acting like a fucking asshole and blah 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 blah, and then it's like, but then again, and then they start calling out their own shit.
Mm.
But is this like you're just like you seem like the perfect man?
Yeah.
You're like you did all the extra steps to make sure she was good during the pregnancy. You obviously are attracted to your wife, so you want to be intimate with her, but she's just like shutting you down like that. It's like, damn, the fuck. Makes me wonder like what kind of person you are, if you really are fucking annoying. Because I do believe like when people, I feel like over loving somebody can be fucking annoying too.
Yeah.
Where it's just like,
What,
just
do
get
I
away from me,
annoy
bro.
you?
Huh?
Do I annoy you?
No. It's just your like emotionalness sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I don't want moments of emotionalness from you. It's just like, oh, right now. Really?
I feel like I've gotten better though. Like now I can like laugh and I'm like, Alan, I can't control this. Like I
Yeah.
don't know why I'm crying.
Yeah, that's fine. That doesn't annoy me. But it's just like sometimes I feel like I'm saying something just to fuck around. And then I'll say something, and then it's just like you take it a little bit harder than I intended it for it to be, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyways,
It's because you're a bully.
it's because you're my woman, and sometimes I like to tease you and make you a little mad.
I know.
But it's only because I like you.
I know.
My asshole for blocking my girlfriend. No, I said that was the last one. That was the last one, guys. That's it. We've been recording for over an hour, and it's 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. But hey, thank you guys for watching. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like and subscribe. It's free. The main reason why we're doing this is because me and her were sitting on the couch looking at $2 million houses. And then we said, let's keep making YouTube videos so that we can be the biggest YouTube couple in the world, and we can be millionaires, and we can adopt 20 million babies, and we can have an animal sanctuary, and we can donate to the homeless, and have a big pool.
Oh my god.
No, we're doing this because it's fun. It's not about the money. Just kidding. But anything you want to say, sweetheart
I don't know,
pumpkin?
I've got so
A little
tired.
cherry pie. You're tired?
I got super tired. My eyes hurt.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you for watching. This is probably going to be a long one. I'm going to see if we're going to edit this.
My hair, bro.
You look beautiful. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. Konnichiwa.